Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joanna here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be drafting a long sleeves pattern. Let's get straight to the tutorial. Okay guys, so in today's tutorial, the material that I'm going to be using are my rulers, the curve rulers, a pair of scissors, my marker, and then the pattern itself, the pattern paper rather. Alright, now first of all, I'm going to come down from the tip of the paper half inch and then extend the line. Mind you, this paper has been folded into two. This paper is being folded like this. Okay, so the half inch that I came from the top is going to be my starting point or the shoulder line. So I'm going to go down to the bicep, which is 5 inches, to the elbow, which is 13 inches, and then the full length of the sleeve, which is 22 inches, or the wrist, which is 22 inches. I'll go ahead and square it out. Kindly hit the subscribe button if it is your first time here, and please don't forget to share this video. Leave a comment if you enjoyed watching the tutorial as well. So now I'll go ahead to label them. So I have the shoulder here, the bicep, I also have the elbow line here, and then lastly the wrist or the full length of the sleeve. Now note this, I folded this pattern by dividing the round sleeve circumference by 2 and adding additional 2 inches seam allowance to it to fold this. Now we are going to do the horizontal marking. Now as you can see that I'm pointing the marker on it, you're going to divide every circumference, the bicep circumference or measurement by 2. I will divide the rest like this. I divide it by 2, then I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance, then I'll mark it like this. When we get to the elbow too, I'll divide the circumference by 2, then I'll go ahead and add additional 1 inch seam allowance to it to mark it as well. Now on the bicep, I'll divide it by 2, the circumference by 2, then I'm going to add 2 inches for seam allowance. I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance. Because of the armhole curve, you need to make it add extra inches for easiness. You understand? Alright. So I went ahead to connect the point together like this. Now on the hem, I added 1 inch. I added 1 inch for the folding or the hem of the sleeve. Now I repeated the measurement on the wrist to the hem of it and then straightened the point together. I hope you understand this. All right, so I'm going to make a diagonal line from the bicep point to the shoulder points, as you can see me doing like this. Okay, so this is going to enable us to get the armhole on the sleeve. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide this by 2. I'll go ahead and divide the measurement that I had after measuring it by 2. If you can't do this, just fold your tape and you'll be able to arrive at the midpoint. So I've gotten the midpoint. I would advise you use pencil before using the marker, because when you make mistake with the marker on the pattern, it becomes difficult to erase it. I just made mistake along the line. That's why I'm advising you like this. Now on the second half of the line, after getting the midpoint of the diagonal line, I'm going to divide that line also by 2. This line, the down part, I'll divide it by 2. So as you can see, I folded my measuring tape to achieve the midpoint of the down part diagonal line like this. Okay, now on the main midpoint of the diagonal line, I'm going to go up half inch like this. I'll go up half inch. All right, now after going up half inch at the midpoint like this, I'm going to go to the second point, which is the down part of the diagonal line. I'm going to come down 1/4 of an inch. I'll go down 1/4 of an inch like this. Now I'm going to use that to create the armhole. Unfortunately, I didn't have my right curve, so I'll use the armhole curve to get this done. Like I said, this is where I made the mistake with the marker. So it's advisable you use a pencil. When you're done and you think you are correct, then you use the marker to remark everything. So this is how I'm connecting the point together. Now I'll go ahead and connect the down parts as well, as you can see me doing. Okay, so this is where um, the mistake came from. So with the marker, I make this bold. I didn't like the curve initially, but it's manageable. All right. Now, guys, the sleeve that we just created is for the back parts of the sleeve. Is for the back part of the sleeve. Now I'm going to come down from the second point, which is down the diagonal. I'm going to come down half inch, just as where we came down quarter of an inch. I'm going to now come down from that diagonal point, half inch, and then I'm going to curve it. I'm going to connect the curve to the initial curve that we have. Okay guys, so this is it after connecting the curve to the initial curve. So that second curve that we just created is for the front part of the sleeve. Now I'm going to open the sleeve. First of all, I'm going to cut it out. And when I'm going to cut this out, then the first curve, which is the quarter curve that we first created, that is what I'm going to use to cut this out. The back part of the sleeve, that is what I'll use to cut it out like this. So I just labeled this part F as the front sleeve. Now, as you can see, the other side we didn't make any marking, so I'm going to cut the half inch that we came down curve, this one, for us to get our front sleeve, as I've already labeled that part as the front. So this is going to be for the back. The other side it will be for the back sleeve, which I've labeled it as B. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed wherever you are. Bye.